And the project we have for today, this is for a friend whose wife passed away. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to spray paint this, and then I'll go over all the high parts and dry brush it with another paint color. So, and really with these concrete statues, unless you want like the moss and stuff growing on them, it's a good idea to seal them. And that was actually recommended to us by the statuary dealer. This spray painting these like this kind of fills the pores of the concrete and keeps the moisture from getting into it, freezing and cracking and stuff during the fall season. Want that dry. I'm going to let this dry really good, because if you don't, when you try to dry brush, then you're just going to smear rather than get the dry brush effect. Some bits in there. Yeah. Not much you can do with it, as long as they're filled. I think. Now, if you like a more natural look on your statues, what you can actually do is paint them with buttermilk, and they'll actually grow the moss on them quicker than they would normally. And after I get her dry and everything up here where I can actually handle her, then I will turn her on her side and then paint the bottom of it as well. I think I got her good. think it's good. We'll wait. Okay, now what I got here is some black. And I'm going to paint up to get the shadows from underneath there. And I'm just going to go real light with this. I don't want a heavy coat because I don't want the statue black, but I do want to get the shadows. Alright. Got it shook up good. And I might go back over this just a little with the gray to tone this down some. Which I probably will because it's a little bit overspray. I'm going to go back over this with the gray some more from the top. I'm spitting. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to dry brush this, and what I got is a 2-inch disposable chipped brush, and you might as well get a disposable brush. Don't waste your money buying anything good because this is ruined when you get done. So I'm just going to spray a puddle of white paint here and just kind of put the chip brush in there and then just kind of wipe off the excess. And then I'm just going to lightly drag this over the tops of her wings. And at first it might be kind of hard to see it, but it'll start picking up. But you don't want the brush very wet, you want it pretty dry, so. There we go, you can see it. See, I can see the highlights in that. Okay, now let's do her hair, and I'm going to go across her hair because her hair flows like this. I'm going to go across it just so I can bring up the high parts of the hair. As I said, you can see it and stuff. It's not a huge difference, but you can definitely pick up the high parts of that. So like I said, the main thing is just not to overload your brush, and then you're just painting rather than just dry brushing this. And we'll do over here. See, I'm just kind of picking up the edges of those wings. But you can see the difference between, like here where I've done some of this, right here. And a section where I haven't even touched. You could definitely tell a difference. So I'm just going to go down through these rocks and just hit the high parts of that because I want the shadows on the bottom. And that's why I spray painted that black earlier. here and the tops of the rocks. But when you do this dry brushing on anything, I used to do a lot of dry brushing on my ceramics, and it really will bring out the detail in anything that you're working on. I used to do ceramics quite a bit. Just don't do it anymore because there's not anybody local that actually carries ceramic stuff. So let's continue that, and then we'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like when I get done. I might show you the front of her. We'll see. It brings out the flowers and stuff, don't it?
Okay.
So let's get the front over here. And paint down from the top. This is gonna ruin your brush. So. Alright. And we'll do a robe here. Put too much on like I just did, just take your finger and wipe it off. And this will absorb some, so sometimes it might look like you've got too much on there, but you really don't. See, I got a little too much on her nose, so I just wipe it off. And try to get her hair back here. And get wings. down to the bottom down here and you can see the animals. There's a bunny here and it looks like a lamb or something, so. Wear your arm out. And basket of, looks like flowers. Feet. Dress. You can hear the noise this brush is making, so you know I'm being pretty aggressive with it. That's why I said it. So if you're just going to ruin this brush, so don't buy anything expensive. Okay, I'm going to go after the face pretty aggressive. This is pretty dry now, so. More like it. There's another bunny in the basket. So let's get that bunny too. Yeah, so you can actually pick up the fur design on that rabbit now. You see it? And then let's comb back on some of this, and where I think it needs a little bit more. There we go. Let's stop right there or I'm going to overdo it. I've got just enough. I don't want to. It's a good chin. There. There. Alright, let me see. Alright, we're gonna do the flowers. I just about got her down, don't I? Right there, okay. Now you want to step back and kind of look at it and see if there's any place you think it needs a little bit more. Like right down here under the rest. Here on my shoulder. Too much on this, the top one.
There. That's a little better. Yeah, it looks like she's got acne scar. Should have left it alone. There you go. That's good. Can't imagine all this detail that wasn't there.
And that.
Now it's there.
Yeah, that's the beauty of dry brushing. I think. Quits. Overdo it, it's going to turn white. Call it quits.